Mr. K.P. Ashik, Chairman of AMC, to escort our esteemed guest speaker, Professor Prasad Krishna, to the stage. Now, Mr. Ashik KP will introduce the guest to the audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we have with us an eminent educationist, scholar, philosopher and administrator, presently working as the Director of National Institute of Technology, Professor Prasad Krishna. Prasad Krishna is the recipient of the prestigious Kirloskar Gold Medal and Sri Visvesvaraya Memorial Prize from the University of Mysore for securing first rank in BTech from NIT. And he completed his master's in engineering from IIT Madras. Prasad Krishna obtained his doctoral degree from University of Michigan. An eminent scholar having more than 30 years of teaching, training and professional experience, I request Prasad Krishna to lead the session where we are heading in the changed world order. As an educationist, he has his views and vision being there are so many participants having educationists, and I think it is beneficial to you. I have a request to the young generation that it is your turn to ask the questions to Professor Prasad Krishna. Thank you, sir. Please come.
Welcome, Professor Prasad Krishna.
Thank you, Ashish, for the kind introduction. Heartfelt pranams to all. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure and privilege to be with you on this Silver Jubilee Convention of the Calicut Management Association. Of course, it is already written, the world has changed. The question is, there's a saying, you change, then the whole world will change. Are we prepared for the change within ourselves? That is the question. If we are adaptable to the change, there are no problems. The problem is we don't want to change. We want others to change. Today, if I look at my youngsters, they are all facing two problems. One is about their career, what they should do, what course they should pursue, whether they should marry or do doctor studies, go India or abroad, pursue a startup or further studies or get married. A lot of confusion on career. Second most, the problem youngsters are facing is on relationship. Relationship within the family. And the COVID has taught us how to tolerate your dear ones in this house. We are not able to do that. I'm even surprised. Students come to us. We are a campus of 7,000 students. And the first year student, when they are admitted to the hostel, the first demand is, sir, I cannot share a room with somebody else. If you can give me a single room, but I'm not used to that. At my home, I have a separate room. So that is where we are. When we were students, and I'm sure I am a senior citizen now, so most of us, when we studied, we did not even ask that question. Today, when you check into a hotel, even in our executives, we all want single rooms. We can't share. The youngsters, they never want to share. Okay, so that is what we are brought up in that kind of nuclear family where we cannot. Today, the employers talk about nobody bothers about your IQ, it has no value. Somebody talks about your emotional quotient, spiritual quotient and all that. Finally, the happiness quotient, adaptability quotient is the most important. Most of the employers look for people who can learn new things, who are adaptable. Today, that is where young friends, we are now facing. If there is water flow is not there, a moment, somebody told, this break is important in life. There was a tea break, but do we have the time that pause for poise? This is what? It is a fast world. We can't wait. We want food. And thanks to Zomato or Swiggy, all this, When you order a pizza, within a few minutes, pizza is at your door. It may not be here, but in Bangalore metros, it happens immediately. No matter there is rain, shine, the guy is there. But then we can't wait, even in traffic jam. We have lost the patience. So the pause for poise is that I would like to, change is inevitable. That is the law of the universe. The only permanent thing is change. We all understand. So tomorrow there may be war. China and the other countries. India has to be, part of that. There may be more climatic changes. We are already seeing landslides, flash floods, whatnot. The Europe, which never thought about air conditioners, they need that. There are no ceiling fans, no air conditioners in those countries. France, Spain, all the European nations are burning. Even in Australia, economies are all very bad shape. Entire Europe, UK, US, UK you already know because of the inflation. All these countries, the so-called elite countries, the Western countries are collapsing. And the whole world will get the qualified, competent manpower only from India. This is the time. This is the proud moment for the nation when we are in the Amrit Kal, the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. In 75 वर्ष चल रहा है, and 25 years from now, country he has a vision 2047. Friends, this is an opportunity for all youngsters. Opportunities are plenty in the whole world. Don't just bother about India or this Kerala or these states. Your state, you can serve the needs of the society, entire globe, and we'll get back to that Vishwaguru, the Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. We don't teach, we don't create anything just for Indians or a particular caste, creed, or religion. India never did that. India never, hide the knowledge. That is what? The knowledge, wealth, and power. The Indian tradition is, if you don't share knowledge, wealth and power, you will develop grossiness and your spiritual progress is curtailed. You cannot develop your consciousness if you keep it with you. This is the ethical foundation of this saintly tradition. And I want to say the problem now, we are not making our youngsters capable of multitasking. If you look at our saints of the olden days, or wise saints, you look at Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan or the Abdul Kalam, multifaceted personality, multi-talents they have. Not just a scientist or engineer, that won't help you, friends. Nor, if I am a mechanic, say I'm a mechanical engineer, if I only know mechanical engineering, hell with you, nobody wants you that. We are too much into this silos. One department, they don't talk to others. In this changed world, people want problems to be solved. They don't look at your transcripts. Nobody bothers about your CGPA. Unfortunately, we are all as teachers so much focused on somebody having high CGPA. Look at him with reverence. That fellow commits suicide within no time. We know. The first rank holders of IIT are the first to commit suicide. The person who is the richest in the world has a miserable family life like Bill Gates. Don't you think? Or a very handsome like Hrithik Roshan, miserable family life. Who wants Hrithik Roshan? Now I don't think girls will ever look at Hrithik Roshan. Isn't it? It is not your, this beauty, you are very handsome, or your richness, or health. What matters for us when they want to choose a partner? It is just a heart. Initially, ice cream milega, you'll go around all this. Finally, when it comes to a real relationship, the girl say, I'm sorry. You are not the kind of guy I want. They are much more wiser. And it is true in spirituality, and I am a meditation trainer, what I understand from my master is, ladies have this sixth sense. All these managers, executives, if you don't share your problem with your dear ones, you will be in trouble. If you are married, if you're not married, ask your mom. She will tell the problem. Because she has managed much more complex problem. 100 guests come, she is able to manage. So, Forget about all your management theories, all nonsense. They are all no use at all. If, I'm sorry to say, all Westerners you are copying, no. What is that? You have anything original yourself? No. Pardon? No, I am not. See, we are always, even our engineering, we say who discovered Pythagoras theorem? We say Pythagoras. It is not that Pythagoras. Isn't it? Who solved the differential equation? We don't bring the Indians. We are so much enslaved in the white man, whatever he does or she does, still in the colonial mindset, friends. Unless you come out of that, it is. Now, see, our IT guys were paid very high salary. So we have this problem. Somebody with mechanical engineering graduate gets 8 to 10 lakhs. Robert Bosch or Tata's or Bajaj or any of these companies. Whereas if you are in IT company, Microsoft, Google, or all this Flipkart, Amazon, you don't need to study engineering for that, I'm telling you. None of these jobs need engineering. I can challenge if anybody says they need engineering degree. None of them they use. Ask any of your friends who are working in this. My own daughter is in Microsoft, I know. They only need coding skills. So if you teach your kids coding skills, whether Python, Java, what more will come. One Python, maybe Cobra. Something else is coming now. And if you are good in coding skills, that's all. Do you need to, even 12th standard is not required, friends. Our kids are doing great. You have seen in Google and all, and they are studying in Stanford. Our own Indian kids, but they are good in coding skills. Thanks to the NEP, they are starting coding skill right from kindergarten, I think. We are spoiled, I'll tell you. There is no country in the world where there is so much of discrepancy among the salary of the IT and this core sector like civil, electrical, mechanical, electronics, unlike Japanese, German. There is a great gap. And everybody wants money. There's nothing, because youngsters are so much, they are fascinated. So much of money, 50 lakhs. What this guy, my dad, what did you get? They don't even bother about that. There's a lot of problem. What the hell did you get your pension? Petty thing, I'll give you 10 times that. Go you in an orphanage and be there, happily. This is where I'm really disappointed. We are not able to adjust. We have lost patience. We don't have tolerance. Friends, until and unless we change, that change has to come from within. There is no, whatever, the opportunities are always there. Is there anybody jobless in the country? We talk about, employability, all this NASCOM, all these nasty reports, they come blaming all the teachers here. Engineering college teachers, they are not teaching, there's a lot of gap, industry, academia. Do you think our job is to make everybody industry ready for all industries? This is impossible, that is nonsense. No country does that. What we need is, are they capable of learning new things? The learnability matters. The learnability quotient matters. So, are we facilitating as teachers? We don't even teach. The moment you say, I'm teaching, gone. We are only allowing them to learn. We are only facilitators. We are providing a conducive environment for them to learn through self-exploration. And if that happens in our academies, I'm sure they will be able to manage any challenges. Let it be COVID, whatnot. Kerala is the land where all new diseases emerge. Whether it's a monkey, anything, first is, because I'm not blaming the food habits, it's the worst food habits in the whole country is Kerala's. We have the worst food habit, the least nutritious, I'm telling you. Now we are International Year of Millets. It's happening. Now this year, India is projecting all the millets, and I don't know how many of us even know about these millets. So all this, whether it's a monkey pox or I don't know what pox, this pox, so many is coming. Unfortunately, we are tagging with animals, which never create any problem. And somebody talked about sustainability, our GMON. You see, why these companies are dumping effluents. Somebody is in our Mukkam in front of NIT Calicut. The other day I cleaned the entire road. This is our road between Mukkam to Katangal. This is not a public road, it is NIT Calicut property. We have opened for public. The campus is divided through that. We can close it anytime. Now what happens is that road, we just cleared the bushes. Now if you look at that, it will be shameful. All the diapers, all napkins are thrown there. Who is throwing that? None of the educated people will do. They don't use. No, the poor people will not use. It's educated elite class which are throwing from their car. This cozy car, they throw this waste. So, where are we getting? Where is the sustainability you are talking about? We are only signing protocol, Kyoto, all that nonsense. Politicians, bilateral, all treatment, agree and all. The worst thing I'll tell you, we talk about the SDG, 17 goals, everything. To my understanding, if you want this gender equity, empowerment of women, child education, then address this energy, water, health security, all that is fine if you have a benevolent heart. Nothing is impossible here. You have automatically address all these sustainable development goals. Why some entrepreneur is polluting, hurting somebody, polluting the great rivers, that is because he is not having any compassion for the fellow being. Fellow being, I mean not just human being, even the flora, fauna. This planet is not for us alone. COVID is telling us some lessons. Look, gentlemen, this is not for you. This is for the entire species, this planet. And then these lessons are learned in the hard way. And I'm sure there'll be much more such very, very contagious diseases are going to come, because the way we are becoming greedy and greedy, we are exploiting this planet, it is going to be like that. The only way, then what is the solution? The solution is, I will not say all these quotient, what is that EQ, IQ, happiness, adaptability quotient, social quotient, I don't know, so many are there. What is important, what I have understood from my last 25 years is, we should have a consciousness quotient. In fact, why somebody is polluting? Because the thought pollution is the biggest pollution in the world, not the pollution of the soil or the water or the atmosphere. The pollution is always inside us. And that pollution is because it originates from thought. Indian tradition says, you know, a saint or a sage, what way he is different? Not because he put some rudraksha or jada and all that. That doesn't make a person saint. Who doesn't even take bath? Simply put jada and, you know, such dirty people. And it is bringing shame to our country. Nothing, no Shastra told like that. But how do you judge somebody who is a saintly person? When Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was walking on, everybody thought he is a madman. He is a madman, they thought, the great saint Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Nobody realized even Buddha, they were trying to poison him. Nobody realized Krishna, they were also trying to kill him, even Jesus. The saintly person among us, they don't, you know, keep preaching that they are godly persons. We never understood who are divine. And the saintly person, their intentions, they have only right intention. Even before bringing thinking, before you get thought, you have intention. So the saintly person, they have right intention. A wise man, he will think before he act. At least people like us having some intelligence, even if we act something, we will immediately realize the mistake, we will correct. Unfortunately, we are not in those categories, and we have done some mistakes. I forgot to take care of my mother. Now you are crying, oh, I lost the opportunity. What to do? Or have we come to like Westerners, you know, Thanksgiving Day, thank you mom, all this mom's day, dad's day, so many days, everybody, every day, you know, the year is full of, today also there will be some other day. I'm sure, if you look at that, 365 days are already covered. Is that we want? Then you repent. You know, in our spirituality, inaction is the biggest problem in your consciousness development. You have to take care of your mom or the parents, and you miss that. Nobody, no Brahma, no God can absolve you of these sins. because that is already, you have to work upon yourself and make sure that you develop your consciousness. This is what I have learned in my 40 years. I have worked in industries, defense R&D, in Singapore, in US, all these universities, public sector, private sector. I was advisor to ministry. I was the member secretary of National Board of Accreditation. All this I worked. Seen breadth and length of the country, so many engineering colleges and all this. What I have realized is, we always blame others. The students are blaming the teachers. Most of the students, when they come to our first year, I'm just telling you the hard facts. First of all, we don't allow them to choose what they want. There are a lot of career guidance and so many things happening all over the country. Unfortunately, we don't allow them to choose what they want. Yesterday, one person came to me crying that he is not able to complete his computer science program. He has spent 4 years. He is not able to complete. And his dad is from Saudi Arabia. He returned. I asked him, you get your parents back? And he came and he's telling, no, this guy has to continue. 8 years we allow, for a BTech program. You can keep on doing that. Father is saying, no, he has to continue. Computer science, he has to become great. This guy, then after that, I told, can you please wait? I asked this boy, what is your real passion? Sir, I wanted to pursue graphic design. Then I told. Then he says, I'm already 22 years. I cannot get into National Institute of Design. It's a very competitive entrance exam. I told then, you go to DJ school. Some private school I knew. You go to DJ school in Coimbatore. But now, again, he's coming and crying because father did not agree. This is the dialogue between we two. How can I convince the parents? And every year in NIT, I'm also director in charge of NIT Surathkal also. That is my alma mater. So what happens is, all these NITs and IITs, 10% of the students who have come through the most competitive, the toughest exam in the world, that is JEE. Nobody can compete with our JEE people. That is the toughest exam in the world. 10 lakhs and 10% only gets admission. And these guys who have gone through this top rank holders, 100 of them get into depression, narcotics, and they'll be on computer games. They just don't go to the class. And who is responsible for all this? Top. They are the highest ranking JEE. Who is responsible for this mess? Only us, we, the parents. And suddenly when we say, when we tell the parent, look at, he is having depression, even they cannot accept that. No, it cannot be. He was in Kota classes, Chaitanya, Narayana, all this, very excellent. How can it be? You have spoiled him in your, in the hostel and all that. Because first time he may be in the hostel. All blame comes to the, but the boy or the girl, she wanted to pursue something else. She had some other interest, maybe journalism or literature or something. Thanks to NEP, today the education has become multidisciplinary. Research has become multidisciplinary. Being is holistic, There is a specialist for the 8th vertebra in Japan. We had family doctors in our olden days. He will just check your pulses and say, "Aapka problem kya hai? Liver mein problem hai ya isme, or you have rheumatism or something." Where is that? Today we depend entire on technology. Technology is that we are all connected in this world through the social media. But even in the family, everybody is wishing through WhatsApp only. In the family, happy birthday. How many of us see that only? Nothing wrong, but please remember, I'm telling you, don't believe me, you refer to the journals and medical journals. As you increase 4G, 5G, by that time in the youngsters, it may be 6G, 7G, it will go. The more G, more harmful is the radiation. How many birds you have killed in the Scandinavian by this 5G. Now you see everybody is happy. Oh, fast milega, movies and everybody is happy. Immediately I can download and see what is happening. Have you created anything yourself? I tell my young friends, students, you are forwarding, as soon as you see somebody's video or his song or a piece of art, but friends, you are losing your creativity. If you write one sentence, we have forgotten how to write English, that is another problem. Now you write one sentence complete in English, share a piece of art, a simple painting or a poetry, that would be great. And we are curtailing the creativity. I'm not against this device, because now we cannot say schools, don't bring this mobile phone, because entire course pack is, the resources are in this. No mom can say don't bring it. No teacher can say don't bring it. We know why our students change the job. When they go to, say, I'll tell you, this Mercedes-Benz R&D in Bangalore. I'm just telling the real fact. As you enter, you have to keep the mobile phones outside. Within a few months, students come and say, I don't want this job, sir. I want a recommendation to go to USA. I have written GRE and I want, that's happening. See, most of our, immediately they find waking up in the morning, all this drill, punching and all that thing. They can't cope up with all this pressure. And they say, of course, there are disparity in the salary, which is only unique to India. It's not there in other countries. It is high time we all address this gap. But now, thanks to the problems in these Western countries, now our IT guys are doing project for whom? Why they are paid more, Because they are doing project for the people who are earning in dollars. Our guys going for Google or Microsoft or all this, they are working for those companies where they earn a lot of things in dollars. When you convert, it's very high amount. No, so therefore, they can afford to pay more to our Indian guys. Now, if you think this is happening, this recession is now happening all over the Western world, I don't think. Already they are saying goodbye. First will be kicked off the senior managers, because that is highest, to the extent, the financial liability for them. First they remove the top managers in Microsoft and all. They are removing lowest category. Those who are paid 1 lakh per month, they will be retained. And then, if they don't get this project from Western countries, which are all in a severe problem, they have to again look back to India. So all these guys have started coming back to India, no doubt, because I study, I know, I can tell you, I am not against the Western education, because that is the best in the world. Even today, I can vouch for that. No country, US education, I know. None of the IITs, none of us can match the kind of quality what they mean, because there is a lot of freedom and there is a lot of learning. Nobody compelled you. Rarely US citizen, the kids pursue higher education even. Who are in the class? The Chinese, the Koreans, the Japanese, the Indians, and so on. Nobody I have seen in the class any true American citizen. Very rare. At the most, he will do BTech. I have my project partner, Kevin Belkey, he did only BTech, nothing more than that. Enough for them. They don't want that much, But there's not much difference in the pay. Pay parity is also there. This may be the reason why everybody is going to engineering, medical, then कुछ नहीं मिला, again M.Tech करना है, again PhD किया, PhD के बाद PDF भी किया, एक नहीं, दो, तीन किया. And they are coming, last interview I realized, most of the youngsters, 35 and above, girls and boys, PhD from the best universities in India, not less than the IIT or the Indian Institute of Science, and most of them from abroad. And they have minimum 2 PDF, I'm not joking, postdoctoral fellowship from, whether it is Max Planck or Humboldt Fellow, Rhodes Scholar, or it may be the Fraunhofer Institute, without job. Last 2 years without job. How many we can take? We are very limited. And they are all struggling. All the departments, electrical, mechanical, electronics, civil, are getting closed in the private universities, because there is no demand. Everybody wants this IT. Now new terms have come: artificial intelligence, machine learning. When will you learn? Do you think that AI can solve all problems? What is that machine learning? If you really go into deep, it is just statistics. If you are good in your statistics, you are automatically good. It's very unfortunate, ladies and gentlemen, we have so much deviated from the core, the competency of this country. We have to have core engineering sector if you want a massive infrastructure development, which the country needs, of this 1.4 billion population needs. And if you just go into this coding, which does not require a higher education, we are definitely in trouble. And I hope the changes are happening, because the NEP brings confluence of all disciplines, not just multidisciplinary, transdisciplinary research. We have the law, the medical, so we are really seeing, suppose you want to see early detection of cancer, we can use so much of image processing, many sensors. You can just, even non-contact sensors, you can detect the cancer. So thanks to this, these kind of technological interventions, communication and information technology for the benefit of our, and this digital healthcare, all these are happening. Thanks to that, no longer we can be in the silos of a particular discipline, or even so social science, liberal arts, performing arts, all these are now integrated with our science in the STEM discipline, all this engineering, technology and management, mathematics, and that is a very welcome move by the government. But this has taken so much time. Do you know, India, it was like that already. When you look at Aryabhata, Brahmagupta, or all these great people, they are multi-talent. Not just they preach only yoga, philosophy and all. They were great musicians. They were great artists. Multi-talented. Anybody you take, even Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan is like that. So somehow we are now changed that, only this. So olden days, all the great saints, saint means not just sitting and meditating and in a guha. They had so many wives, not even one. Many, no problem. Shastra permitted. You know, Yajnavalkya had 2 wives. Any problem? No problem. I am not recommending everybody should have that. It's not allowed by law. But there is a meaning in that. And Yajnavalkya had 2 wives. One is material, represent a symbolic of material. Don't take it in that way. And Sri Krishna had this 16,000. I mean, there is a different meaning. I don't want, that is not the place here to discuss. There is a meaning. We should not laugh at that. That one represent the core of materialism, and the other represent the spirituality, the core of symbolic of spirituality. Yajnavalkya's wife. So we should have both materialism and spirituality. So materiality and spirituality should go hand in hand. If we can live such a way that both my material and spiritual is integrated, when my mind and heart is integrated, when there is harmony between mind and heart, I become an integrated personality. Today, we are fragmented. We are disintegrated. If inside me, I am not in harmony with my own self, how the hell I can solve the problems of the world? Forget about the world, even in family relationship, divorces. I cannot guide my children. I have problem with my siblings. All these problems come because I am not in harmony with myself. I am a disintegrated person. Today, can you think of this dictatorship or, all this? Today, leadership has to be not even participative or collaborative, should be compassionate leadership. Even as a director, we have to be in, only that will win. Everybody has a say, every crow, every ant has a importance in the development of this, whether it's an institution or a society or country or world. So, world is changing, nobody can stop. More pandemic, more wars, more economic downturn, all this will come. But like Lord Krishna says, Siddha Prajna, that is the solution, friends. Which means our material and spiritual side has to be integrated. Spirituality does not mean don't bring religion with spirituality. There is I quote my master, religions have no God. There is no God in religion. The moment you say my God, there is no God in that religion. So here, I have been practicing heartfulness meditation since my studies in US. I realized the importance of meditation, which is a gift from India. All world, all CEOs, all celebrities, Hollywood stars, Olympic coaches, they are all starting with meditation. But now we are questioning ourselves, why should I meditate? Is it something to do with my religion? The moment you think, see, I may be born as a Hindu or a Muslim, and if I die as a Hindu or Muslim, there is no transformation in me. This is very clear. I have to transcend that. Can I see people as they are? That will happen only if we are in tune with ourselves. That happens, I have realized, only if I tune my heart, which is a moral compass, which is the radar. Once I tune my heart, I see without any colored glass, I see the people the way they are, and I can accept whatever comes, whether it's a corona or a relationship or somebody's death in the family or somebody is diagnosed with cancer. Okay, I accept. This is I will wait. I have the time for poise. And if you do that kind of attitude, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have to worry anything about the world. Keep on changing. Whatever may happen, we are at peace with ourselves. You know the Shanti mantra, Om Shanti, that is the peace within you. The next Om Shanti is for the family, and the next Shanti, why we not take fools, we are telling Om Shanti, Om Shanti. The third Shanti is for the entire world. That is what India understood. Thank you very much. I think I must have exceeded my time. I am extremely grateful to CMA, Engineer Anand Mani and Srinath for giving this opportunity. Thank you all for your patient hearing. Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your inspiring word.
How do you change the world? Prasad Krishna has a clear-cut answer. You change the world, you change yourself, and the world will change. Dear sir, your vibrance, humor, and fun have kept us all awake and laughing and enjoying every moment of your presentation. The role of compassion and benevolence in changing our world has been pinpointed by Dr. Prasad Krishna.
My dear friends, we have to do one more session before lunch. So please ask the question very crisp, short. 2 questions, please. Questions to youth. There is a joke that we have 19th century curriculum, 20th century teachers, and 21st century students. Yes, please. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir, for enlightening us. All the speakers today were mentioning about the young population strength we have in India. What about the brain drain happening in our country?
Fortunately, there are no jobs for Indians in the Western countries. The brain gain is happening. They have to, it's not that green poster and all that, somebody left for US. And I'll tell you, my son is a doctor, and many of us, I'm telling you the medical education, I'm telling, who is pursuing medical education abroad if they don't get the seat in India, especially PG? Indians, the best medical doctor is from India because he has seen so complex kind of patients and the worst kind of diseases. That's why Indians are the best doctors, lawyers, and all that. We are also good in talking also. The best lawyers, best management experts, best physicians are Indians. So it's only a question of time. More will come back to India. So we do not worry at all about this brain drain. They are bringing wisdom because these schools are definitely good. I'm not against that. Because if somebody wants to study in US or Carnegie Mellon or Cambridge or Oxford, let them. No problem.
Over to the last question of this session.
Ashikji, I believe I am young because age is only a number. I am Naushad, former managing committee member of Calicut Management Association. It's a concern, sir, not a question. Because we used to say, we have seen, people of our age have seen golden times. And we all believe that culture, discipline, leadership, what all we say, professionalism should start from home. Is it happening today? And are parents spending quality time with children? This is my concern. And here we have a lot of students and young parents. What is your advice to them?
See, in the Christian tradition, we have I'm sure still it is continuing, it's a great tradition. At least at the dinner table, we are together. The parents, the children are together and they pray before they take dinner. I think it is there, the prayer. What a great thing. But in Hindus, nothing is there. When I feel hungry, I'll grab this and eat, and then, just walk in the kitchen. And we rarely talk each other. At least, I remember when Minnie Thomas told me, NIT Trichy director, husband is in Delhi, she is in Trichy, husband is a doctor. She says every day, 8 p.m., she is connected to them, the family, and in the prayer she will join. Although, of course, thanks to all this technology, she is with the kids, they will join, and the husband will join from Delhi, she joined from Trichy, and they don't miss that. Every day, 8 o'clock. If we can do, at least start with that. Talk to them. See, we are so much hooked on to this thing, and then how is that? That's what I'm telling. There is a saying, charity begins at home. You don't have time to talk to your children. You are so busy in your own ambitions. And then you realize it is late. You see, n number of people who are totally miserable. They have plenty of money, but they have no life. So happiness is something which cannot be outside. It cannot be a condition based on I have Lamborghini car or 7-story swimming pool in the 7th floor. Ambani, Adani, Madani, all are miserable. Don't worry. I don't think they are any life. I know. They don't have any life. Politician. If you do too much of, you are in trouble. That's why the dictum says, share the wealth, share the knowledge, share the power. So, I would request, please start with this dinner time at least, if we are together, or sometime in the day, if you are all together, or if they are away also today, technology is there, you can connect them. And if you still saying birthday wishes through WhatsApp only, don't want even to make a phone call. I'm afraid, where are we heading towards in this changed world? That will be. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Having answered the last question, I request the past president, Advocate James Thomas, to present a token of appreciation on behalf of CMA to our guest. Thank you, sir, for your presence and your quality time with us. Now, moving on to the next session, ladies and gentlemen, we take you on to the final session before lunch without delay. Let me request Mr. Srinath Murshilot, Secretary of